The palace maid only sprinkled a handful of rose petals on the stir-fried chili pork. Little did she know, after the queen ate it, she immediately lost weight and dropped to 100 pounds. But despite this, the queen was still dissatisfied. In order to regain the emperor's favor, she even threatened the entire palace maid's family with their lives, forcing the maid to create a dish that would make her look younger and more beautiful. Everyone thought such a ridiculous request would leave the maid helpless, but to everyone's surprise, she firmly declared that not only could she make the queen return to her youthful state, but she could also restore her perfect figure. Upon hearing this, the queen was overjoyed, but little did she know, she was walking straight into the palace maid's trap. The reason the maid was doing this was actually to avenge her husband. The queen had suffered from a miscarriage, and within just a month, her weight skyrocketed by over 300 pounds. Her normal clothes no longer fit her. In order to lose weight, the queen searched for secret remedies across the land, but her weight continued to increase instead of decreasing. From then on, the queen became erratic, often going on violent rages over just a single word from the eunuchs. On the day the palace maid married, her husband was urgently called into the palace, and he had already prepared a remedy, telling the queen that if she followed his prescription for a year, she would return to her original form. But the queen flew into a rage upon hearing this, and immediately ordered her husband's entire family to be burned alive. When the maid rushed home, she only found her husband's body. Heartbroken, she vowed to avenge him. The dish she personally prepared for the queen was called 7-Day Slimming. After eating it, the queen would instantly become slim. But after 7 days, the queen would face backlash and turn into a beast. And the 7th day happened to be the Empress Dowager's birthday. The Empress Dowager had long been dissatisfied with the queen's obesity, and was eager to remove the old, unattractive daughter-in-law and replace her with her niece as the new empress. The queen overheard this, and knew that simply losing weight wouldn't be enough. She also needed to regain her beauty to fully capture the emperor's heart. So after returning to the palace, she threatened the palace maid, forcing her to make her youthful once again within 7 days. She wanted to impress everyone at the Empress Dowager's birthday banquet. The maid pretended to hesitate, telling the queen that it was possible within 7 days, but the dish was incredibly difficult to swallow, and that it had to be consumed exactly as prescribed without deviation. In her desire to become beautiful, the queen agreed without hesitation. The maid knew the queen had completely lost her mind, so she prepared the incredibly foul-smelling, spoiled pig's head. For the sake of beauty, the queen pinched her nose and stuffed it into her mouth, not daring to spit it out. After consuming several pig heads in a row, her skin became noticeably smooth and tight, looking just like an 18-year-old girl. The queen was ecstatic, but little did she know, this was only the first step. Next, she would turn into a pig head. Soon, it was the day of the Empress Dowager's birthday banquet. The Empress Dowager had specially selected several fair-skinned, beautiful common women to persuade the emperor to take a concubine, and not only favor the queen, but unexpectedly, the emperor still only had eyes for the queen, and politely rejected his mother's plan. The Empress Dowager then went straight to the point, and said today was her birthday banquet, yet the queen was nowhere to be seen. She then proposed making her niece the new empress. The officials also persuaded the emperor to choose a virtuous queen. Faced with the pressure from all